It seems inconceivable that such a tiny insect can kill these giant trees, but the evidence is all around us. But that doesn't necessarily mean that all hope is lost, because the national park has a tough, smart crew that's dedicated to saving the eastern hemlocks.
Some of the hemlock trees that we treat are along roadsides and along trails and around visitor centers and camping areas, and those trees are relatively easy to treat. You drive up to the tree, get out, and apply the systemic insecticide to the base of the tree. Very quick and very easy. But a lot of our treatments, particularly in the conservation areas, have very steep terrain, very thick rhododendron, are often inhabited by yellow jackets, snakes, thorny vines, and the crews have to sometimes crawl on their stomachs to get to the trees, or weave their way through rhododendron, and it's just a very tough job, very laborious job, and it takes a considerable amount of time to do.
Once the crew gets to a hemlock conservation area, they begin getting ready to treat the trees by putting imidacloprid powder, the insecticide that kills the adelgids, into the jugs. Then they just need to find some water, nearby if possible. Once the imidacloprid is dissolved, they are ready to start treating hemlocks. Every tree that's treated is marked for later identification, and then the diameter is measured and recorded. Then the crew administers an appropriate amount of imidacloprid based on tree size, a technique called soil drenching.
Scraping away the dust layer. Get some viable dirt. The chemical has a better chance of reaching the root hairs. It's a 35 inch. 1 ounce per inch if it's over 25. If it's under that, it gets a ½ ounce per inch. And we cover it up to protect from the sun.
The tree's root hairs take up the imidacloprid and spread it throughout the tree, providing remarkable resistance to the hemlock woolly adelgid. And then the crew moves on, because with the number of hemlocks in the Smokies, their work is never done.